Hey, what's up everyone? It's Franchise923, and in this video we're going to talk about the differences between three types of GIS jobs. So the first one is a GIS Technician, then the second we'll cover is a GIS Analyst, and finally the third is a GIS Developer. Now everything I'm about to say is based on my own experience, so just take it with a grain of salt. I have held these three positions in my career, but these three titles can mean very different things to certain companies, but I'm just going to try to generally give an overview of what types of skills and responsibilities are required and expected for these types of roles, in my opinion. And again, this isn't written in stone, but this has just been my experience so far. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, just keep watching and we'll get started. So yeah, let's just dive right in and talk about the GIS Technician role. Alright, so a GIS Technician. This was my first job out of college. Usually what you're doing with the GIS Technician role is you're working down in the weeds every single day with GIS software. So working with Esri's ArcGIS Pro or ArcMap or open source QGIS. But most of the time, every day, you're going to, at the start of your day, open up this application and work with the tools inside of it. So you become very familiar with the actual software. So you might eventually end up setting up like hotkeys to do particular things. Just because you're in there every single day, you're getting really familiar with this piece of software. So things you might be doing, a good example is digitizing. So you're going to be creating features. You're going to be creating points, lines, and polygons for certain applications. So a good example I like to use is feature extraction. So for example, you might be given, your task might be to extract all roads from this particular data set. So somebody above you most likely will distribute certain sections or chunks of the data set. So say you're trying to extract all the features or all the roads in this particular state. So what might happen is someone above you might give you this particular county, and your job is to extract all of the roads from this area. So what you do is you get the data, you bring it into the software, and then you start clicking. So there's going to be a lot of working with button clicks and basically entering data into a database. So you're using your eyes and your hands to visually assess where something is, and you're digitizing. That's what we call digitizing. So that's a great example of what you'd be doing. I almost think this role, it's very important and almost is, I don't want to say required, but a lot of people who work in GIS find themselves working, or find them that they have worked in a GIS technician role. It's just something. It's a great way to learn what GIS is and how to get more hands-on experience. So highly recommend, if you're just starting out in a GIS career, to look for GIS technician roles. You will gain a ton of experience working with software, and yeah, I can't say enough about how good of a step that is. So logically, some positions that you might take after a GIS technician, it's going to be a GIS analyst. And that's why I am covering that in this video, because that's sort of a typical progression of a GIS career, is to go from a technician to an analyst. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about a GIS analyst. Alright, so a GIS analyst role. This was my second job out of college, and in this role you're still going to be working with GIS software a lot, working with ArcGIS or QGIS. And what's different about this versus a GIS technician, you're going to be actually interpreting the data sets instead of just creating them. So I guess a good way to look at the difference between technician and analyst, the technician, you're kind of creating the data sets or supplementing them in some way, or you're just producing the data set. And in an analyst role, you're using that data set to make some sort of decision, right? So you're going to be analyzing the data set to make some conclusion. So for example, a site suitability assessment. So you might use the data sets to come up with, where's the best location to open up a coffee shop, or the best location to have a bike store. You're using data sets that other people produce, that most likely GIS technicians produced, and you're using it to come up with a conclusion, create some sort of report, make some decision, and you're going to give that report or that decision to people that are higher up to you, and it's going to, drive change, or it's going to be used to make a decision. So I've said decision like 15 times in this segment, but that's ultimately what the analyst, that's what, you know, differentiates it from a technician is you're not just creating the data sets, you're using them to come up with a conclusion. So yeah, that's what a GIS analyst is. You know, like I said earlier, these roles, companies can use these roles for whatever they want, so you know, your mileage may vary. Yeah, GIS analyst could mean a lot of different things, but generally it's a little bit, you know, there's a little bit more responsibility expected from an analyst compared to a technician, generally. Yeah. All right, and the last one, a GIS developer. So this one is obviously a bit different from technician and analyst. In this role, you're going to be listening to the needs of your coworkers or clients, and most of the time you're going to be extending the functionality of the software, of the GIS software. So this could be come in the form of a custom tool for desktop software. So you know, your coworkers might need it might be some custom business logic that's required that out-of-the-box software doesn't provide. So you as a developer have to kind of bridge that gap between what the GIS software comes out of the box and what your business needs. And those gaps, that's your responsibility. So a lot of time, a lot of Python is involved, or C#, you know, C++. It really depends on if you what software you're trying to extend. But those are some common languages you might find in that arena. So that's one possibility. Desktop software customization. So you know, they could be custom pro add-ins or geoprocessing scripts, toolboxes, things like that. And then the other common thing is web application development. So you might be responsible for creating a web app that kind of showcases your company's or your department's services. So say you have a bunch of services that technicians and analysts have generated. Now we need to get them in a web app that users can view. So yeah, that involves obviously a lot of JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and also you're going to be working with SQL and database interactions in both the web app and the desktop application. So those are good skills to have as well. And yeah, I mean, it can really, you know, based on what the goal of the position is, it can really vary between what exactly you do. But yeah, just want to give a high level overview of what that entails. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. I know we kind of glossed over a lot of this stuff, but I'm just trying to be as general as possible because it really depends on your company and how they view the particular title of the role. So yeah, hope that was helpful. I can make more detailed videos about these roles if you guys would like. I could make separate videos for each one and maybe talk about my experience, what I did at the job. But yeah, just wanted to put out a quick video because it's always good to hear someone else's perspective about these jobs. Yeah, so I hope that was helpful.